Hey guys, welcome back to my 12 Days of Craftmas series. So today we're in the kitchen and we're going to be making some fake gingerbread men. And I saw these online. I wanted to make some to put in a garland over my coffee and tea bar. You could also put them on your tree as ornaments. I can't because I have dogs, so if you have dogs or cats, keep that in mind that they may eat them. But this is basically a grown-up Christmas take on the salt dough. So I'm going to just go ahead and show you everything I've got to put in them. I will give you a screenshot of the recipe and all the instructions at the end, that way you can pause it if you want and write it down. But it's really simple, only 4 ingredients. So we're going to start with a cup of flour, a half a cup of salt, a half a cup of cinnamon, and because it was a huge amount of cinnamon, I went ahead and got it from the Dollar Tree, and went about that far down the bottle, so you'll need almost an entire bottle. And then 3/4 cup of very warm water. So after you get them all in there, all you're going to do is mix them up. So while I'm mixing these, I'm going to tell you what else you're going to need for this. I've got a piece of parchment paper here, so you could have either that or wax paper, just anything you can roll the dough out on. And then you're going to need a cookie cutter. I picked one from Walmart, and I picked just the classic gingerbread shape, and he came with this little bow inside that you take out first, so you could either make bow ties for them or you could make it a girl with a hair bow if you wanted, but I'm just doing the plain simple gingerbread shape. And then this is the string that I picked, and afterwards when I put it in my coffee bar, I'll show you guys, I have a red and white curtain that I thought this would kind of play perfectly with, along with the color of the gingerbread. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this all mixed together. So now that I've got it pretty well mixed, it's not completely blended, I'm going to pour it out onto my parchment paper, and I'm going to knead the rest by hand. Now, one of the reasons that I chose to do this salt dough one, because there are other recipes if you go online, the salt dough is only going to be good, I think, this year. I think I'll have to throw it out at the end of the season. There are versions that you can bake, but they were like 3 to 4 hours in the oven, and I just didn't want to spend that long baking fake cookies. So I went ahead and used the salt dough one. This one is going to air dry. You don't have to bake it in the oven. It's a lot easier for kids because of that. And this smells so good with all that cinnamon in it. So once you've got it all mixed up, I still have some flour in there, I can see. You're going to go ahead and you roll it just like regular cookie dough. I've got my rolling pin there. And I'm just going to cut just enough for my garland. I'm not going to go ahead and use the whole ball of dough. But, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle just a little bit of flour onto my rolling pin so it doesn't stick. And then I'm just going to roll it out. And because they're not going to be baked, it's not like a dough that's going to rise, I'm going to go ahead and make them a little thicker. That way, when I poke the holes through them to hang them, they won't be so thin that the hands break off. So keep that in mind. You don't even have to do gingerbread men. You could make houses. You could do stars. I had my heart set on gingerbread men because I saw it online on a blog. And then she made a dough recipe, and it just looked so perfect. Alright, so I'd say mine are probably about 1/4 inch thick right now. And I'm going to go ahead and just make sure it's even all over, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut them out. Now this dough will take 24 hours to dry. So the way I am planning on doing this is I'm going to cut them out and then peel around them. That way I don't bend them. So I was able to get 9 little gingerbread men out of that. And I think I'm probably only going to need like 6 for my window, but I wanted extras in case there was an accident. So now I'm going to poke holes in them, and it's important to do that before they dry. I'm going to use a straw, and I'm going to try it with a paper straw and hope that it works. So all you're going to do is poke holes where you're going to string your ribbon through them. Don't do it too much on the hands because they will become weak and break off. So I'm going to do it kind of like where the armpit area would be. And let's see if, okay, a straw paper one will work. So my gingerbread men are all dry, and it actually took them 3 days, not the 24 hours here. So if you're going to make them, just account for that it might take extra time if they're thicker. And I did lose 2 of them, so I'm kind of curious if this is going to be a fail once I try and string them, if they're all going to break. But the thinner one broke while it was drying, and then this one broke today when I was trying to flip them all over. So now you've noticed that they lost a lot of color when they dried. So the next step is to go, and I'm just going to spray them with a light coat of clear spray paint just to darken them up a little bit. Okay, so now I've sprayed this with a clear coat. It really didn't change the color at all, but I just went with it anyways. And then I just strung them on some ribbon and hung them in my kitchen window. And the lighting in this corner is terrible, but that's how they turned out. And I went with the red ribbon to kind of play with the red stripe in the curtain. And this is above my coffee bar, so that's kind of why I wanted to go with like the cookie theme, because I feel like it kind of fits in there neat. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.